I made an interesting observation earlier regarding numerology and the month of October, which is the 10th month of the year. The interesting observation I made is that October really is a precursor for the next year. Not that any other month is not, because of course the whole year is a precursor for the next year, but particularly the themes and the energies going around in October. They are of the same nature as the year next for you on a personal level. Let me go deeper and explain that. Now, if you take a life path number 5 as an example, because I am a life path number 5, so let's use my number. Take yourself back to January, which is the first month. So anyone with a life path number 5 would be in a personal year. Not anybody, sorry. I'm in a personal year 5, which happens to be my life path number as well. But for anyone in any particular personal year, the only time you're going to experience the same vibe that you are experiencing for the year within a month is September, because anything added to 9 brings it back to the same root number. So for example, 5 plus 9 equals 14 equals 5, 6 plus 9 equals 15, which equals 6. So if you were in a personal year 5, for example, then you would have experienced a personal month 5 in September. And now October, the next one, would be a personal month 6. Now, as a personal year 5, being in a 5 personal year in September, you would have felt the full effects of the year's vibe last month in September. Regardless your personal year number, any number from 1 to 9, September would have felt like the climax of the year, basically. Any year you're in, September is the climax of the year. So that's when you really feel the full effects of whatever year you're in. And then you've got the following month, October, after the climax. And that is, on a micro scale, the 2 years. 1 year, the year you're in, and the next year. If you bring it down to the micro level in terms of the months, number 9 month, September, you would have felt the full effects of the current year you're in. And then the next month, October, the 10th month, you will be feeling the themes and the energies of what you would be experiencing the following year. So that's where we're at now currently. So for those of you who are conscious and like to look deeper at things, just bear in mind that October and how things go for you in October and how you feel, don't be surprised if that's generally the same throughout the whole year next year, 2017. And also just to bear in mind that you will be feeling and you will have going on similar energies to what you experienced in January. So cast your mind back to January. I can't remember a thing that went on in January. I'm in the personal year 5, as I explained, and a lot has gone on for me this year, so I can hardly remember. I was trying to ask people if they have any memory of what was going on in January for me. Reason why I was asking is because I know, as somebody who studies numerology, that January and October have similar energies. So what you experienced in January and the way things were formed is generally how they will appear, obviously in different manifestations and forms in October. So one thing for those of you watching this, what you can do if you really want to take advantage of this month, October, the best you can, and use it as a test run for 2017, is simply to cast your mind back to January. What were you doing in January? What was going on for you? How did you feel generally? What were the sort of challenges you faced? Because you will be going through a similar thing in October. So October is basically a second chance of January. It's a time where you can make amends and do better than you did back in January. And it also gives you a taster as to what the next year will be like in terms of responsibilities, in terms of, inclinations, the best things for you to do and not to do, that sort of thing. Always bear that in mind I know it may sound like I'm rambling, but I'm really not. I'm trying to get this out the best way possible. When you're in September of any given year, that's when you'll really feel the theme of that year that you're in. And then the next month, October, is like a demo for the following year. So as I explained, if you're in a personal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whichever personal year you're in, you would have really felt the effect of that given year in September. And then this month, October, is a precursor to 2017. So it'll be interesting for you to observe how you go in October, because that is how things will be generally going in 2017, give or take.